Hello, good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us today. Today, we'll discuss the latest additions across the MojoOne spectrum of products. This week, again, there are additions only in Mojo stocks, so we'll take up those stocks. Before we start, we'll just take a quick minute to go over the disclaimers. These are very important for what we're going to discuss. Very important that all investors should use the information on the webinar merely as a resource to enhance their own research and understanding, and this should not be taken as investment advice. Investments in securities subject to market risk and past performance should not be construed as a guarantee for future returns. This is a slight update. I think every one of you would have seen that if you go to subscribe, you're seeing prices in USD, and that's because MarketsMojo and Infinub is now one global company, and which is based in Dubai Internet City. And to safeguard against any forex charges, we're reducing the price by additional 500 rupees, so that if there's any hit because of this, then we're also compensating you for those forex charges that might apply. Very important now, with this additional 500 discount, the price for Mojo Professional comes to only 19,499 for a very limited time, which is a 78% discount plus for 2 years, and you get additional 1 year free. So with every subscription, you get 6 months off Infinub access and a personalized hoodie. And these are for very short term, and we're having our revision of prices very soon. So if you're looking to subscribe or extend, please use these rates and use these links at the earliest, which is available when you go on the website. A quick update of what happened in the market last week. It was a very good week and a very good year actually for the markets, ending at record highs. Across the board, it was a very good week, except IT, which was slightly down. Sensex 1.5%, small caps 1.6%, and mid cap did even better, 2.7%. So across the board, you can see all greens, and most of the sectors did well, except IT, which was slightly low. Now, this was something one of our investors on the webinar said, that we should show the stocks performance also in these lists. So these are the top gainers across these lists, and this is only 1 week gain that we put here. So in Mojo stocks, Amara Raja was the top gainer with 7.2, Hidden Turnaround, Black Box 21%, Autumn Invest 19.9%. In just 1 week, these stocks have performed so well. Tata Motors, we all know, very good performance the whole of last year, and last week also the stock was 7.6. This is part of Momentum Now stocks. And in reliable performers, Intel Combustions 25%, Bharat Bijli 18.9%. All these stocks did extremely well. You can see all these performance on the site, which tracks live whenever a stock becomes part of any list. So 2 stocks were added last week. Again, across Mojo stocks only. We'll see a lot more stocks coming in across the 4 list when the results will start, and results will start in the next 8 to 10 days now. So Gulf Oil Lubricants, a lubricant company in small cap, and MRF, which is a well-known tire company in large cap. So these 2 companies were added to Mojo stocks. Now, for a company to qualify as Mojo stock, as we all know, it has to do, a lot of things have to go right for the company. The long-term quality of the company has to be great, at least good or excellent. Only green quality companies come in. The company has to have a good result track record. The technicals of the company should be positive and should be available at decent valuations. And in combining all of these elements, the Mojo score, which is a very key component, has to be buy or strong buy for the company. Plus, every Mojo stock also goes through an investment committee review where they see, okay, is there any factor that the numbers are not able to capture right now? Like, is there any corporate governance issue, or is there any business case issue with the company? Then they might reject the stock. Otherwise, the stock becomes automatically part of the Mojo stock universe. So a lot of things have to go right. And after that distillation process, the stock becomes a Mojo stock. So Gulf Oil Lubricants, a lubricant company, part of the Hinduja Group company. Now, we all know Gulf Oil is like Castrol, so lubricants and business of manufacturing and selling lubricants, specialty oils which go for automotive, mining and shipping industry. Their main revenue comes from vehicles, and like Castrol, is one of the competitors where they provide the lubricants and the oils for the engines. Now, one area of concern for this company, and actually for the entire segment as such, is with EVs coming in. Now, electric vehicles don't need a lot of they don't have so many parts. So lubricant and oils are not required. Those were required really in when we have the ICE, internal combustion engines, but these will not be required for electric vehicles. So that is an area of concern for the entire segment. But the EV transition also will take a lot of time. It's not like the cars are going to go off tomorrow, right? So the ICE will not go off tomorrow. So it is a huge transition time. And actually passenger vehicle sales are booming in the country right now, because of which all auto ancillary and related businesses like lubricants are also doing well. However, the company is planning for a post, let's say, EV transition also. They have also tied up with an EV company, and they're working with them for developing products. But yes, that is one area of concern. And plus also for commercial vehicles, there is still EV transition is a long way off, right? So the company has been declaring decent results for quite some time, but last 2 quarters were very positive. And we can see the price performance, like market is also expecting this to do well now, and it has also started to move up, because of which now the stock has become part of our Mojo list. If we see the breakup, commercial vehicles is the main 40%, followed by passenger vehicles. And like I was saying, commercial vehicles will still take a long time to transition towards an EV market, but yes, that is definitely an area of concern for the company. So the company had a record EBITDA of 100 crores for the first time in a quarter. So company, the overall sales profit of the numbers of the company are doing very, very well, and that we can see in the last 2 results of the company. But if you see, the last 2 results have been very good. Before that it was flat. So the overall, you can see the full year numbers will still take some time to reflect that growth. The margins of the company have also improved. Management is optimistic about expanding 2 to 3 times the market growth and increasing market share. So now, like I was mentioning about the EV, the company is exploring opportunities into the EV charging business with a joint venture with Tyrex Transmission. A very positive sign. Company is virtually debt free. It actually has a cash balance of 700 crores on its books. Now, if you see, the YoY numbers look very positive for the company. Double-digit growth across revenue, operating profit, net profit. In fact, net profit has been very, very good, 40% growth. Now, the shareholding pattern, 70%, 72% of the shares are with the promoters, and it has been the case for a very long time, which if promoters have a big stake, that is always a positive for the company. At the same time, the FIRs have increased stake, but the DIs have slightly reduced. So overall, the institutional holding is almost similar for the company. But yes, now that the new quarter is starting, this is a number that we have to keenly watch of what's happening across the institutional holding for the company. And this especially is very important when we're looking at more smaller and mid-cap companies. Second, MRF, a very well-known tire company, a large cap company. The stock price, of course, as we all know, is more than 1 lakh. And so the company again has huge cash balance, 155 crores. The company mostly derives its revenue from domestic market. Only 8% of revenue comes from exports. Now, if you see the price movement and the financial, and we can see how closely these are linked. So it was negative for a long time. The company turned around its performance, and now for the last 3 quarters consecutively positive and outstanding results, and it has been able to improve every quarter. And we can see the way the stock price of the company is also going. The market is expecting next quarter to be even better for the company, but we'll see how the results come out. Now again, tire company, bulk of the revenues come from automobile tires only. 90% is from this one main segment. YoY growth, if you see in operating and net profits, 300% growth in net profits, and that's what we can see is last 3 quarters when we were so positive and outstanding. That's what this kind of translates to in this performance for the company. Again, annual numbers, if you see 198, almost 200% growth in the profits for the company. Now, institutional holding, the good thing is FIs have increased stake in the company. From 18% has gone to 19.5%, and DIs is almost flat. So positive sign that the institutions are increasing, and we have to look out of how this numbers change. Interestingly, I was speaking and we're discussing that why the stock price of the company doesn't come down. Like, why isn't the company doing a split or bonus to get the price down? And so what came out was the management's view is that they don't want their trade to be widely held by a lot of people. So it becomes difficult if someone is trying to acquire the company. They have to go to if it's held by a very small number of people, then they kind of have the pricing power. And if someone wants to acquire a lot of shares from the market, it becomes very difficult, because if it's held by a close-knit, let's say, institutional community, then they will charge a much higher premium if they know someone wants to buy these shares desperately, right? So, and that's why they don't want their shareholding to be very varied and have a lot of people holding that share. That's why they never come out with a bonus or split, and stock price is around 1,20,000 for the company. An update on the MojoOne Diwali portfolio now. So we've been tracking this portfolio. This portfolio was presented by Mohit. So across all our list of hidden turnaround, momentum now stocks, reliable performance, and Mojo stocks, we picked 10 stocks and created this Diwali portfolio. And every week we've been discussing the updates. We've been discussing the performance of this portfolio. Since 10th of November, 1.5 months, the portfolio is up 12.5%. Market has also gone up in the time. I will not deny that. But again, the performance still is pretty decent for this 10 stock portfolio. Only 3 stocks in negative, 1 is flat. Apart from that, everything has gone up. Bharat Bijli, 35% gain. Tex Macro Rail, 31%. Cochin Shipyard, 29%. Tata Motors, 20%. And so we were discussing internally about this portfolio. There has been no change in 1.5 months. And if there is any change, we'll get back to you. We'll tell you which one you can consider to get out of, for what reasons, and which ones to buy further. Now, to select these 10 stocks, we just did not go by their score, but we also did, like we do in Stock of the Month, a little more qualitative assessment of why these stocks were picked. So what is the story behind these stocks? What are the growth drivers for these stocks? And that's when we picked these stocks, these 10 stock portfolio. And the portfolio still remains strong. If you think that you'd missed out, you want to invest, we again continue to maintain that this is a good portfolio. And we'll be tracking it continuously with you. So it's not like, it's only valid for a few weeks or for 1 month. This is a continued opportunity that we think is very valuable. And, you're happy to take a screenshot if you want. And if you want, you can, again, still invest in this. We'll be tracking this in the webinar continuously. Again, before we go to the Q&A, if you are seeing USD prices, that is because MarketsMojo and Infinhub are now one, and that's why you're seeing this price. And to offset any forex charges, we are giving a very limited time 500 rupee further discount. And so Mojo Professional for 2 years and 1 year is available at 19,999 for a very short time. We're doing our price revisions, and with the new year, you'll see new prices coming on the site very shortly. So please, if you're looking to subscribe or extend, please use this pricing, because for a very, very limited time. With that, we'll open the floor for Q&A. First question by Joyson Joseph. Dear sir, could you kindly advise what would be the yearly gain for Mojo top 10 for last 2 years? So I think the best way to see this is if you go to the website, and if I can see my screen, go to the Mojo stock section. Now, why I'm saying you should go here, because all our information, all our, you can say, performance is displayed live on the website. The day the stock becomes part of the Mojo list or any of the list going forward, the performance starts getting tracked here itself. So if you go to the full list section, you can see all the stocks which are there currently or were there in the past. So the ones in black are still in the list. The ones in white have moved out. You can see the performance of all these stocks right here with your subscription. So, if you want to see, okay, what happened across last 2 months, 3 months, you can see all the performance right here itself. If you want to see just the current list, then you can come here. You can sort them based on date of entry, date of exit. We also send you, whenever there is any change, we'll send you an email update with the change details. We also send you a weekly wrap of all the changes for Mojo stocks. And for the 3 new products, again, very similar the way the display is done. So you can see either the current list across large, mid, small, or you can even see the full list. We've also given a back-tested performance, because when we started, we only had the back-tested data. So all that is also available here. But since we went live, you can see the full list data where everything is displayed. Next question by Amit. No stock in suggesting hidden turnaround momentum and reliable since last few months, whereas a lot many momentum play and other development is going in stock market. So, like I said, with the new result season, we'll see a lot of changes in these lists also. One of the main key criteria for any of this list is the results, right? Because we're looking at early signals of turnaround, or we're looking at early signals of reliability in their results performance, financial performance. In momentum also specifically, it's not just the price momentum that we track. We also track the price coupled with the fundamental momentum. So the stocks which are there have been doing pretty decent. And now again with the results season, we always look at the fundamental as well as the price momentum of the stock, and the stocks that have both of them working together will form part of the list. We know that no new stocks have come in because we also launched it around the end of the result season. But now with the new result season coming in, we'll see a lot of changes coming in this list also. Next question, sir. When will I receive my hoodies? Almost past 40 days I didn't receive. So hoodies have already started being shipped. A lot of people have already received their hoodies, and those dispatches are already on from our side. But if you want specifically for your case, if you want to track where your hoodies are, you can just write to us on feedback. We'll probably check with our agent where your particular hoodie is. But a lot of people have already started receiving their hoodies. It's the dispatches have already started, and I think another week, 10 days, 2 weeks max, I think a lot of people, almost all of you, would receive your hoodies. But again, you can write to us, and we can check your specific case, where it has reached, and later. Next question by Akshay, sir. On Infina financial transaction, financial score over the previous quarters are not shown. Please update that, as we're currently not able to compare the performance of the company in the past. Please take action. So yes, there are some things which are not available in Infinab right now, like you rightly said, the financial trend and the price movement graph. But over the next few weeks and months, you'll see the Infinab and MarketsMojo coming to almost the same level. All the things which are not there, we're working on those to migrate those to the Infinab platform also. So things like valuation meter, or things like your financial trend graph, or many other graphs and analysis in portfolio which are not available in Infinab, you'll see those coming in, plus a lot more feature on both the platforms. Next question by Rajaram. Where is the checklist in Mojo site? Example of any one product, how to use it. So checklist, we already sent to all our users via email, but if you have not received the checklist, you can just put in on the chat, and we'll have someone send the checklist out to you. So checklist is actually a very, if I can get my screen. So we created the checklist primarily for the other three products of hidden turnaround, momentum, and reliable, because in Mojo score, we still have this MarketsMojo score, right, which is an indication. But for the other three products, we don't have, let's say, a turnaround score or a momentum score. So we created this checklist so that people at least have some level of analysis that they can do on their own before taking an investment decision. Now, this is an honest attempt. This is not the final score that we'll go with, because that requires a lot of testing. But at least this will tell you the thought process behind how these stocks are captured, and how you can filter them further. For example, in turnaround, what we're actually looking at stocks which are not good currently but can become better. So if, let's say, the parameters currently are bad, those stocks might have a higher score. But let's say in a reliable performer, we want stock that has been already consistently doing well, so that will have a high rating. So let's take probably a hidden turnaround, and I'll show you how you can go over these stocks. So let's go to the current list. Let's see the stocks that have come in, and let me take, let's say, Dollar Industries. So this is a turnaround list. Yeah. So quality of the company. Overall quality is average. So this is a fully drop down that you can, use these drop downs and arrive at the performance. Second is valuation. So actually, if you see, if the quality was bad, that had a higher score. So valuation is specifically looking at PEG ratio. Now PEG ratio, what it does is it divides the PE ratio of the company with the profit growth. So we're looking at the companies where PG is negative, that means either the growth rate is negative or the growth is very small. So here the PEG is 0, which means it's negative. So that has a higher rating. Next is financial trend. Looking at what has been the change in financial trend. So latest quarter score is 9. Last quarter was -12. So I'll put 9 and -12. Next is technical. So the overall technical grade of the company, which is bullish. So that's great. Next, we're looking at risk and return grading. Now here we're essentially looking at stocks where they have high risk because we're looking at turnaround companies, and medium return, that they have not really scaled up. So which is great for this company, high risk, medium return. Next, since it was added to the list, how much has it performed? So since Dollar Industries came into the list, it is up 5%. So which is 0 to 20%, which is great. So it's gone up but not run up a lot. Next is sector trend in terms of the results. So here, let me see the sector trend. Only 20% of the companies in the sector declared a positive result. Sector trend in terms of the technical. So is there a tailwind in the sector? So for that, you'll have to do a little bit of work. This is a textile sector. So go to the screener. Go to the Mojo Logic screener. Sorry. Clear the filters first. Select textiles. Just note the number of companies, 295. So I'll put 295 here. And of these companies, how many are technically bullish or mildly bullish? So 225 out of 295 companies are bullish or mildly bullish. There is a very strong tailwind in the sector. Next is institution holding. Here actually we want, if it is lower, that is better. That means institutions have not yet discovered the company. When they discover, that will have a positive impact on the prices. So let's see for Dollar. Dollar Industries has 0.3 FIIs, 0.02. So very, very low institution holding, which is actually 0 to 2%. And promoter holding, higher the better. So there's 73% promoter holding, which is more than 50%. So it has a very high score of 26 out of 30, which is 87%. Now, again, I would want to reiterate that this checklist that we've created is with a very specific mindset of identifying within these hidden turnaround which look promising, but it's just a first level of research that you can do to arrive at, let's say, filter down the list of companies. Next question by Taha. Hello Karanji, Happy New Year, Happy New Year, Happy New Year, sir. At the time of launch, you had mentioned the Mojo Professional 30% of MojoOne now, as we all have upgraded to MojoOne, but we are not feeling a huge difference of 70%. 3 new started not making huge difference of 70%. Please kindly launch model portfolio on the basis of 3 new and additional new features so we can feel MojoOne is great innovation and has added great value. So, sir, I think you will feel that additional 70%, but you have to just give it a little bit of time. Even if you track the performance of the MojoOne stocks, which we did, we did a monthly review of MojoOne. We'll do it again this month. These strategies are actually performing very good. And if you just see the stock performance since the time we launched, you can see the difference in the performance of these stocks and how they have been doing much better than the market. So that is one thing that you should look out for. But, like I said, when the results season start, you'll see a lot of changes, a lot of new stock ideas coming your way. So that will really give you that added feeling that you're getting a lot more out of the subscription. But definitely, we track the performance very minutely and we've been very happy with the performance so far. Having said about model portfolio, that is something that we are working on, but that will take us some time because, like I said, there is no fixed score, on which we can right now measure all these companies. But that is something that is in our list of things and we're working very hard towards that. Plus, you will see a lot of features which give you a lot through which you can gain a lot of value out of MarketsMojo this year. So in 2024, you'll see a lot of features coming your way. May not be new products, but things which are making your product experience much more meaningful and much more personalized. And we'll be rolling out our plan for this surf to all our users very soon. And Mohit and I will come on a webinar and tell you all about our plans for 2024. But yes, you will see a lot of new stock ideas coming your way once the results season starts. So please do look out for that. Next question by Udayana. Hi Karan. From last few months, I have not received mails about buy-sell calls for stocks in model portfolio. I am only receiving mails about generate cash orders. So, in model portfolio, if there is a sell, you will get an email from our side. There have not been many sells because stocks which are in the list have been performing strong, have had a high rating. So there has not been a lot of churn for the last couple of months, and that happens when the market is trending upwards, and you will see lower sell calls coming your way. When the market is more volatile, you'll see a bit of higher sell calls coming your way. In model portfolio, whenever there is cash, let's say you sold something, you will get an email that generate cash order. That means that let's say you sold something or there is cash in your portfolio. So please come and generate buy orders. Buy orders now do not automatically go in model portfolio. You get an alert that there is cash remaining. So please come and generate buy orders. And why we've done that is because we realize that whenever you want to buy, at that point, whichever is the best stock is what we'll suggest to you, rather than just sending you something and then a lot of people said that I've not been able to buy that stock. It's been a week, and should I buy that stock now, or can you give me new stock? So we changed that approach, and whenever there is cash, we tell you, okay, there is cash. Whenever you have the time, please come and generate the order. You will get the best stock at that point of time, through which you can buy and update in your model portfolio. Next question, will Indian rule guide you or UAE rules guide you now? How is it going to affect your customers like us? So there is no change as far as our delivery to our customers is concerned. It is only a change for the corporate structure that we've done. But as far as our delivery to the users, as far as the product, there are no change in terms of our product, our delivery, our level of commitment. So that, really, it all remains the same. Next question by Alpana. I have joined MarketsMojo recently in December 23 and I have missed a Diwali portfolio. Now I have downloaded model portfolio, invested in the stock recommendation by it. Is it fine? Absolutely fine. So model portfolio is a great approach. I personally tell everyone who asks me where to invest, I say please start a model portfolio, because what it does is it picks the top rated stocks and invest in creates a portfolio depending on the market allocations, the stock allocations, sector allocations. And it'll guide you every step of the way. If you have to sell something, and once you sell, you can generate a buy order and tell you what to buy next. It's a great way of investing. It's a very disciplined way of investing. Diwali portfolio we created, when we launched MojoOne, which had 3 new offerings also of turnaround stocks, momentum stocks, and reliable performers, along with Mojo stocks. So that's a different approach where we created a portfolio on a qualitative basis, but that's one general portfolio. The model portfolio is, you can say, when you generate a model portfolio, it gets the best stocks at that point of time, and it'll guide you every step of the way. So that's a very good disciplined way of investing. If you've started, please follow that in a disciplined manner. Next question. I have subscribed to MojoOne 3 years, and now I subscribe Mojo Professional. How is it going to work? So MojoOne gives you access to all features of Mojo Professional, plus the 3 newly launched products. So let's say you have already 3 years subscription of MojoOne. If you extend Mojo Professional now, so after 3 years, you will not get access to the 3 new features, but you will continue to get access to all the other products of Mojo Stocks, Stock of the Month, Portfolio Optimizer, Model Portfolio. Access to all those will continue, but MojoOne will have access till only, let's say, 3 years. Next question by Mohammed. Mr. Karan, when can it be possible to get stock of the week, since long time I'm waiting for this to see on website? So yes, sir, that is something we've not launched yet. When we launched these 3 new products in MojoOne, we were gauging interest for stock of the week, and we've got a very good response. So that is something that now we're working on, how we can select the one stock across all these 4 portfolios, and that is something that we are internally working on, and we'll get back to you when we start that. But it's taking us some time because we have to look at many different parameters to select that one stock. Next question by Reena. Hi Karan, I'm unable to upload my mutual fund data from Zerodha. Please go through it once. I have opted for weekly SIP in Zerodha. Please also add weekly SIP option. Mutual fund data from Zerodha. So if you're trying to upload your mutual funds, we have actually introduced a very seamless process where just put in your PAN number and your phone number to get an OTP, and all your mutual funds get imported in one place. And even for stock import, we've recently added that import in one click, where Zerodha is an option. But Zerodha, there we don't get the mutual fund holdings. So what I would suggest, Reena, if you can write your query specifically, and if you can give us a file or a screenshot. If you can just go to the feedback section, I'll show you how to put it so that it goes to the right people. They can reply to you faster. So if you go to the website and you go to the feedback section, here you can select that you have, let's say, a query, and select the section of portfolio. And here you just put in your message, and if you can attach a screenshot or your file, then it'll help us to see that what can be done here and reply to you faster. Next question by Jagdish. Hi Karan, my present membership is up to 2040. However, if I buy present offer, will InfinHub 6 months start from today or from 2024? So if you already have an InfinHub subscription, it extends that by another 6 months. If you don't have an InfinHub, it'll give you from now to another 6 months. But your Mojo Professional will go on beyond 2040. So InfinHub is a 6 months, so it starts now for the next 6 months. But a Mojo Professional goes from 2040 to 2043. Next question by Anand. Hi, is there any guidance to share for taking an entry in top Mojo stocks, or can we enter as long as the stock mentioned in the current list? So we firmly believe that if the stock is in the list, that has a buy or strong buy rating, and that's why it's in the list. And a lot of times people said, okay, the stock is already up 100%, should I enter the stock? But we've seen that stock go down to 200 and 300%. So we just firmly believe that as long as the stock is a highly rated stock and it's part of the list, we continue to maintain that's a great stock. But people do have their own ways of investing in Mojo stocks. Sometimes people take the latest entry to the Mojo stock and they build it from there. Sometimes people take the top rated stock and they go from there. So that's many different options that the people use themselves. If you're really unsure, what you can do is go for a model portfolio, because that'll automatically pick a portfolio of top rated stocks and create a portfolio for you and tell you when to sell and what to buy next. I think those are all the questions we have. Thank you very much for joining us, and do join us tomorrow. We have a great webinar with Mohit and Sunil, and they'll discuss their equity outlook for this year 2024, how they see the market going and what should be your strategy in this year. So do join us for that tomorrow. Thank you very much.